coach like more consistency out of us. And so as far as that's concerned, this week will be a big week to get that going and carrying forward into the season.
Against, particularly with Miles, young guy, a lot of explosion, a lot of explosive ability. What have you seen from him in a couple weeks? I know one of the Doug or Mike, I can't remember which one, said he maybe needs to start choosing to take those 2 or 3 yards in front of him instead of bouncing around and trying to hit that home run. What have you seen from him so far?
Yeah, I mean, as far as ability, he's got all the ability. He's just young. I mean, he's just green behind the ears. And the more he plays, just like every other young player, the better they're going to be. So, as far as any concerns, I don't have any. We got all the talent, all the ability that we can possibly get, and as far as run the ball, I think we'll get that going here pretty soon.
Do you notice that in young guys? Is that something that's common with young guys? They all want, especially playmakers, they all want to make that home run. And
that's it. I mean, that's it. But I mean, he does a good job of taking what the defense gives him, and I mean, stuff. I mean, he'll learn from. So that's kind of how it is for every young player, rookie. It's how it was my rookie year, just trying to learn as you go. But other than that, though, man, he works hard and comes every day.
What was it like watching Carson Wentz take the beating that he did on Sunday night and then come back in the second half and almost be able to lead you guys to the win?
Yeah, I mean, that's who he is. He's a tough guy. I think he's resilient to things that have happened over the past few years and growing from that. So as far as toughness, he has it, and as far as a leader and his ability to do that, we got all the confidence in the world with him doing so. So, like I said, man, we're just concentrating on Detroit. This is a must-win for us, and get us ready for Green Bay after them.
Why do you feel like it's a must-win? I mean, every game you want to win, obviously, but do you feel like there's even more urgency this week?
Yeah, last week didn't really sit well with us. As far as who we have and the players that we have in this locker room, I think we demand more of ourselves. I demand more of myself, and I think we'll do better this week.
What was Doug's message to you guys this morning as you guys were getting the week started?
Yeah, I mean, he was proud of our resiliency and how we battled in the game. At times he didn't look well, but kept fighting. I had situations to win the game, but didn't end up closing. But basically, he just wanted us to use this and use it as motivation throughout the rest of the season. And like I was saying, we talk about identity and who we want to be. So, this first 4 or 5 weeks is a big part of our season.
It's a very big physical front that Detroit possesses. Does that get the juices flowing, knowing that's another good team that just held the Chargers to 10 points? A very good offense.
Got big guys inside with Snacks and Mike Daniels, and pretty consistent with that. Big guys, so Big Brooks will be taking care of those guys inside most of the time. I'll be dealing with it with the ends, but I mean, this is a big week for us. As far as run the ball, like you said, we can do a whole lot better, and when we get that going, it makes our offense a lot better.
What's the biggest lesson for you coming off the game, the tough loss in Atlanta on Sunday night?
Like I was telling him, there's probably like 1 or 2 runs where I feel like could have definitely stuck my foot in the ground, got north. That just comes with me I'm reading the defenders, seeing how they're going to attack against our O-linemen, trying to make the blocks easier for the O-linemen. But just being more sharp with my decisions, just trusting my eyes.
Is that a matter of just adjusting to the speed of the game?
It's a little bit to do with it, but just getting more reps. As the season keeps going, I'm gonna get more comfortable and just my decisions are going to be more and more sharper.
How much are you looking forward to this Sunday going against the Lions front? Very, very tough guys like Ashawn Robinson, Trey Flowers leading the way.
It's an opportunity to get another W and not call them. So we're ready for whatever.
How have you seen the guys across the locker room respond coming off the tough loss?
It's a long season. It's still early in the season. Second game. Of course, we would love to have that win, but it's a long season. So we got 14 more games left. So got 14 more games left. Taking it week by week to try and get W this week.
It's a different mindset though than in college, whereas you lose one game, you could be out of national title picture, or like you said, it's a marathon, so to speak.
It's not just 4 teams going to the playoffs in this league. So, but like I said, we got 14 more games left, and we're just gonna take it week by week.
Has it been harder than you expected? I mean, you're a second-round pick. I know you're confident in your abilities. Has this been harder, the transition, than you expected?
No, actually, it's actually easier than I expected. Actually, like me, I don't think it's hard for me. I mean, the type of person I am, I'm laid back. I don't say too much. Put my head down, come in and work every day.
When you see the guys like Deshaun and them out, how much are you putting pressure on yourself to maybe get that maybe 1 or 2 big plays this coming week, knowing that how big those can be without some of those guys?
Yeah, absolutely. I always want to be the one to make the plays and score touchdowns, but at the end of the day, I'm gonna do whatever it takes to just help to get the W. It doesn't matter if it's the key block or whatever. So whatever they tell me to do, I'm gonna do it.
What about your pass protection skills? Do you feel like you're where you want to be with those, or is that still a work in progress?
Oh yeah, I feel like I'm very comfortable with knowing as far as knowing where the blitzes are coming from, but I can always work on technique. My technique can always get better.
What about you and JJ possibly having the big roles this coming Sunday against the Lions? With you and JJ possibly both having big roles with, all the question marks at wide receiver where JJ might have to step in there.
It's an opportunity, man. It's an opportunity to really show what he can do. As far as in the regular season, he did good in the off season, preseason, but it's an opportunity for both of us in the regular season when it counts. So we're playing against the best in the league. So I just see it as an opportunity.
What did you learn about Carson on Sunday night, seeing the beating that he was taking in the first half, but then able to bring you guys back even, without Deshaun and Alshon and all those guys in the second half?
Man, he's a tough player, man. A great leader is a tough player, though. He makes me comfortable back there. I trust him. He trusts me. And that's all it takes is the whole offense trusting each other. But we were all behind each other's back no matter how many people that we lost. But it was next man mentality. And we still gave ourselves a chance to win, even with all our starters being gone like that.
Yeah, that's what it really. Because I was surprised the damn ball came out. I'm like, how the hell did that happen? And then I didn't pay attention to how close I was to the ground, so that shook me up a bit. And then, like I said, once New York sees it, they'll take me out the game. So I'm looking forward to getting back out there as soon as possible.
So what do you think of Doug's plan for the walkthrough today instead of the practice?
It was definitely smart, I would say, to get everybody's legs back and make it more of a mental thing this week. We know Detroit, how they play, but we can still have an advantage ourselves by being more mentally prepared than Detroit. So if we can have the upper hand, why not conserve the body and let's play fast Sunday night. Or Sunday afternoon, excuse me.
Sorry, Corey, stepping here a little
Yes.
bit late. So where are you at physically right now?
No, day-to-day as far as, getting me back out there. I got the sling already, so I'm really just trying to keep calm, realizing that it's still early in the season. Just making sure I don't, just sell myself short. I know I'll be back out there soon and just, keep praise high.
When the injury happened, did you know if it was serious or not? Did you have that fear?
To be honest, yeah, a little bit because I messed up the shoulder in high school. And I'm like, that was 2011. So, a lot of things were going through my head. So I just waited to hear back from them. And like I said, it's day-to-day, just precautionary things.
When they came to me, I was ready. I know the offense pretty good, so I'm fine with it.
Darren, what kind of thoughts are you having being so close to moving into number 5 all time and all-purpose?
That's really not on my mind right now. I really want to get a win this week. You know what I'm saying? Let's get back on track. But if it happened, it happened. But
Darren, running back in an offensive line, when a young guy comes into the league or a new guy on the team, does it take a little time sometimes for both sides to get in sync, both to know each other, to understand the angles, and how people are blocking for them?
like when you're young, sometimes you come from college, so
right.
So like the blocking scheme is a little different, but it takes some time.
Yeah.
It takes some time.
It's like any other transition, like pass block and everything else.
All
it's
that.
something you didn't
It's
do
just
in
some.
college.
Like it really takes reps. Like you get a lot of reps at it, then everything just start clicking.
How big is this game this week? You said it's important to get back on track.
Yeah, every game is big. So this game is big too. So yeah.
Is it nice being able to be counted upon the way that you have in these first 2 games and possibly even more so coming up this Sunday?
I don't really even be thinking about that. It's my numbers card. I just try to go out there and play.
Darren, Jordan's been kind of accustomed to a high workload in his first few years in the league. How has he handled kind of not having that here?
He's been great. when this time is called, you kind of see what he can do, like, you know what I'm saying. So but they gonna work him in there a little bit more though.
It'd be nice to not to be thrown in. And, you look up 10 minutes for a kickoff, and then you realize I'm about to play a lot more than I thought I was going to. Now you actually have things that are going to be schemed and game plan for you. Is that going to be nice?
Yeah, I mean, that I feel like that was just a crazy situation. But adversity strikes. You got to be ready to handle it, and anything can happen between now and game day. It's nice to kind of see what's coming, but at the same time, you got to be ready for anything.
I mean, Carson repeatedly says he has trust in not only his top guys, but everybody at this wide receiver core. What does that do for you as a young guy?
Oh, yeah, no, I mean, I have trust in him, and he has trust in me. We have more time to get those reps down together and go out there and then perform on the field.
A lot of times rookies have to wait a long time to get opportunities. Maybe it's not by design, but you and Miles got a chance to be a big part of what's going to happen Sunday. You take that as extra responsibility, or you just, hey, it's an opportunity, or?
Yeah, no, I mean, it's an opportunity, but at the same time, my mentality is not that I'm a rookie. That's just making an excuse. I hold myself to a high standard, and having Alshon and Deshaun in the room is one of the highest standards that you can look up to. So we got great leadership in the room, great mentors in there, and we're gonna get the job done.
Beyond the technical standpoint of the game, what have those two guys helped you with in terms of the mental aspect of playing at this level?
I mean, just sending me reminders, it's little things here and there. Alshon today at practice was following me everywhere. He's just like, hey, I would have done this, I would have done that, look for this, look for that. So, it's just the kind of chemistry and the kind of, leadership we got in our room.
Is it tough to kind of not try too hard to do what like Alshon or Deshaun does on the field when you're out there?
I mean, we're all different players. We all kind of bring different kind of things to the table. They have some things that will help, help me. Some things that only help them. You got to take it all in and use what works for you and don't use what doesn't work for you.
What's the mentality in that room? Is it we got to bridge the gap till these guys get back, or need the younger guys full go?
I mean, they fully expect us to step in and be no drop off. That's just the mentality that we have. Obviously, those are some great players that are in our room. But at the same time, they believe in us just as much as we believe in them. So.
In Alshon's first year here, one thing he kept emphasizing was that even when he's covered, he can be open because of his body type. Is that kind of how you look at it too, because of your ability to win contested catches?
I got to go out there and do it. It's easy to say, I got the body type for it, but until I go out there and prove it, it doesn't matter. So, we just got to go out there and do it.
Sid, did you feel Sunday was sort of a turning point for you? First career interception, laying the wood like you did as a tackler as well, kind of showcasing all the talent that you can bring to the field?
I feel like I still have room to grow. I feel like our defense made, some plays out there. I felt improved in my tackling. I don't think I missed a tackle, so that's a positive. Got the tip pick, so all those things are good things to, do on the field, and all I got to do is build off that and keep progressing and, take it from there.
So what'd you do with the ball from the first interception? I'm trying to peep in the lot. There it is.
I got to keep it.
Of course you got to keep it, so.
Frame it a little bit, yeah.
Got to get on the mantle there,
yeah,
so.
Yeah, for sure.
Just how special is that all the hard work you've done the last couple of years, coming back from the Achilles injury and going through the ups and downs of last season with the hamstring injury to finally have something like that to showcase?
It means a lot. It's been a long journey, long road for me, but I put in the work, and adversity hits everybody. It's just how you handle it.
But at the same time, you knew that this was possible. You knew the potential that you had, and it was just a matter of being healthy and having the opportunity to showcase it on the field, correct?
For sure.
In terms of looking ahead to this week, how do you build upon your strong performance against the Falcons?
You just put everything behind you. No matter what you did last week, it doesn't really matter. It's a long season. You got to produce every week, and all I can do is look forward to this game plan. and do my job and be as perfect as possible.
What's been Doug's message to you guys coming off the tough loss?
Just staying focused, knowing we took a tough loss last week, and we're not gonna let that define us. So just moving forward from it and being stronger next week and taking what's ours.
What did it mean for you guys to fight the way you did, even though with so many injuries on the other side of the ball? Pretty much knowing that you guys had to step up the way you did.
I feel like that's our team identity. We showed it. We showed it week one, being down and fighting back, and I feel like that's our team. That's been our team identity for a couple of years now. So we know what we can do. Even when we're down, we don't panic. But we just got to start faster and be ready.
How different is it for you, whereas when you came in 2017, you're watching behind the scenes and watching the veterans get the job done, but now that you're one of the ones that's being counted upon to help the Eagles, get the victory?
Yeah, just looking back, that was a long time ago. I probably don't reflect enough, but I cherish those moments as well. Learning from these guys as much as possible, learning from a different perspective, now being in it and adjusting from that and just knowing what to expect now that I'm in it.
How great is it when Coach Schwartz praises the type of game that you had? Because he doesn't throw out praise, all the time very easily.
I don't think I know what he said. So.
He was just praising this all-around game, is not just the coverage aspect, but the tackling or anything else.
Yeah, for sure. If he did that, I appreciate it. I still think I did not do that great, but I think I did some things great. Obviously, there's room to improve on all the time, but I think I did do a good job of tackling that game.
And where's that mindset come from? Of just saying that, you're kind of downplaying your performance.
Just wanting to be perfect and knowing where my standard is as a player, knowing what exactly I can do on the field, and it's not always going to be perfect, but I'm critical of myself, and as a player, I think that's good as well.
Last question is, what's the scouting report of the Lions receiving core? Marvin Jones seems to be like the wily veteran, but Kenny Galladay, he's got the size, the speed, the length, had the big touchdown to get the win for the Lions last week.
Yeah, talented group. Everybody's talented in this league. They're playmakers. They spread the ball around. They do a good job of that, so we're excited for the challenge.
It's urgent. We're going to be ready, man. Obviously, we just got to, we let one get away from us. And we had opportunities that we didn't capitalize on, so anytime it's like that, it's going to be urgency to get back on the field.
Your thoughts playing 2 games in a matter of 5 days and the challenges that presents?
That's always been one of the toughest things you got to deal with every year. Those short weeks, playing back-to-back games in a short amount of days. But good thing we got a coach like the one we got. Obviously understands somebody who played the game and understands it well, and just he figured out a pretty good source that works, and it helps us take care of our body for situations like this.
So backing off 1 day of practice, it makes a big difference physically?
I think it makes a difference, especially coming off a game and then play this Sunday and then turn around and play Thursday. I think it'll make a difference.
Thank you.
Nigel, what's been the mindset of the guys in the locker room coming off the tough loss?
Just get back out there, man. Obviously, we didn't capitalize on some opportunities we had to close out that game. So anytime you get that in that mind frame, you're ready to get back out there next opponent, so you can just try to get that out of your mind frame, and you learn from it, you move on, and you try to go win that next game.
You said that Doug has, preparing you guys the right way for the stretch that's ahead, but what was his message to you guys this morning when you had the team meeting?
Obviously, we got to get that loss about our mind frame. Move on from that. Focus on Detroit now. It's their week, and we got to be mentally ready, mentally prepared. Obviously, he's helping us with what he's doing for us, but we got to be able to, go out there and give it all we got.
Seems like Matthew Stafford's been around forever at this point. What do you still see from him when you look at him on tape?
Great quarterback, man. Obviously, he's extremely accurate. Still mobile. He's carried out a couple of run fakes and kept the ball a couple of times. So we got to be accountable for him. We know he'll take it and he'll tuck it and run. He can throw accurately on the run, so we got to make sure we got tight coverage, just in case he escapes the pocket, things like that. And pretty much, man, trying to figure out ways to disrupt him.
What did you think of Carson Wentz and what he did in the second half, where he was getting battered and bruised all first half and doesn't have some of his top weapons, and then all of a sudden gets you guys the lead and almost brings you guys back there at the end?
Yeah, I mean that's what Wentz does. I mean, playing with him with these past years, seeing him excel from his rookie year to now is unbelievable. And that's why we call him Wentz Magic, because he can do some spectacular things that normal people can't do. And he's just unbelievable, man. A great quarterback for us, great leader, and he's back against the wall. We know he's gonna fight. I mean, anytime you get a quarterback like that, you have to love that. I mean, he's gonna fight no matter what he goes through. We got his back, and that's all that matters.
We appreciate that for real, because we played a lot of plays. We fought hard, and we want to make sure that we fresh for Sunday.
This team's been injured before, even looking back to 2017, and you guys ended with a Super Bowl. Can you pull from anything there now as you guys try to game plan this week?
Well, I like even with all those guys that went down early, there was a lot of guys that didn't get a sub, and they fought through. I love the fight that we showed, and it's like I say, it's just like the 2017 fight. It's just the next man up type of deal, and we put ourselves in position so many different times in that game to win. And that's all you can really ask for when guys that get it done. You got younger guys that stepped in and got it done too.
How concerning is it to be this injured with 2 games in a 9-day span?
Maybe it's happening early just because we got a late run, that we got to go on. So we never know what the future holds. All I know is those guys in the training room working their butt off to get back, and can't wait to get them back.
You're not taking any reps at receiver, are you?
Well, you know what? I can do whatever I have to do for this team, but I ain't doing that.
What do you see out of a guy like Hassan Ridgeway, who's probably going to have a bigger role this week?
I see somebody that's disruptive. Somebody that can, be a force. It's just all about him getting his reps and his time out there on the field, and getting that chemistry. Because now we had it with Malik, we had it with Timmy and Ridge. Hasn't been with us as much, but he has been in plays when we all out there together. So it's just all about him getting his feel and making sure that we all get our chemistry together.
How tough is that to watch, though, when you have Malik Jackson go down, then Tim Jernigan can go down?
It's tough. It's tough, and I'm glad. Timmy's not. I'm sad that Malik had to go. And Timmy. Now 4 to 6, or I don't know how long. But I know that. Luckily, we got depth. And I think that that helps. And like I tell people all the time, you never know when your name gonna get called, because it's a long season and things happen, and it's crazy. It's a mystery. How all this stuff started to happen, but your name could be called, and you need to stay ready. And I think we got a lot of guys that's eager to show what they can do.
Take me back to 2013, Lions Snow Bowl.
Well, going out first, it was clear. We knew it was kind of cloudy. We knew it was cold, but, it wasn't snowing. And then we come back out for the game, and I couldn't even see over on the other side, to see what team we was playing. But, it was a fun game, especially because we won. And then on top of that, you got to see greatness out of McCoy. And, it was just like playing in your backyard. It was a cool experience.
What kind of value do you think? You probably got asked this already,
I did, so nope.
What do you think that does for the team, just having a walk through things?
I think it's just get everybody ready mentally, just for what's to come this week. We go out there tomorrow, we're going to practice a little bit. But, I think Doug, did a good job with that, because he's been there, he's been a player, and he understands he don't have the bodies. He needs to complete a full practice and to get something done that, he know how hard we work. And, we need bodies for people to be able to relieve each other, to help each other in practice. So I think that was the right call, and I think he does a great job with, coming up with the plan for the season.
You said that he, kind of went to you guys, veteran guys.
Yeah.
Pretty much all work.
it's cool when you got a players coach, somebody that really listens to his players because, he know that the guys that's asking, they give maximum effort. If we didn't give that, he wouldn't have gave us today. But I think that, it's a respect thing and it's a trust thing with each other. And how we handle this week, is how we going to do moving forward. If he can do it down the line, who knows? But it's all about how we handle it. And so far, so good.
What's your level of concern with the pass rush? I mean, you put some pressure on, but the results aren't necessarily there yet.
Right, we hold ourselves accountable. We haven't been getting it done, and we just gonna pick it up. I think that once somebody get it started, hopefully me, Fletcher, DB, one of us get it started. They just come, and then they just don't stop.
As a follow-up to that, it's been a long time in this defense since you've gone back-to-back weeks without double-digit sacks.
Right.
Or I'm sorry,
Without multiple sacks.
Yeah. What do you attribute that to? What do you think it is?
Just first off, just seeing how we get played is the respect. Then on top of that, we just gotta continue to keep pressing. Don't worry about what we can't control. We know what we need to do, and we don't like when we don't have sacks, but we like winning too. And if we win and we don't get them, we just keep on fighting. If we lose and we don't get them, it's magnified even more. So we just keep on fighting. And so in practice, we just keep on working our technique, and we got to get there.
In the past, when the sacks weren't there were times you guys stood here and said, but the pressure's there, the sacks are going to come. If you watch the tape, do you think?
Oh, yeah. The pressure's there, but it's just, when you got guys getting it out, it ain't nothing you can do. I mean, we look on the board, we see how many hits we had, but it's like, they're not sacks. They're not changing the field as far as the, so we got to make sure we get them on the ground and get them not to, get the ball, to those receivers. So, we just got to keep fighting. And I mean, we love sacks. We want them, and we just got to, and we're going to do everything we can to get them, just to help us win. But right now, all we can do is practice and keep working hard.
As a follow-up to that follow-up, so you and Derek had tackle for TFL, last week, and you had one the first week as well. How do you guys view those, when the sacks may not become?
I think, anytime you can get somebody in the backfield, it's always good to get TFLs, because that's changing the field position. That's changing that's a different mindset for the offensive coordinator for his next play. You don't ever want to start behind the six. And so whoever usually win the first down and third down battle, usually, is in a good position. And I think, anytime we can make good plays on the run, and shut the run down, it only put us in better position to be able to rush the passer.
And looking back at yours, I mean, it came early in the game, obviously, but it kind of forced them into a long field goal when they were driving and stuff. I mean, do you think that was kind of one of those plays that potentially could have changed, the game?
Yeah. Because when you look back at the game all the time, you always think about, dang, look at this play. If this didn't happen, this would happen. So everything matters, what we talk about. And so every play, means something in that game because, if it's a close game, it's all about the field position. Like you say, you get them behind the sticks, they might have a worse start on trying to kick a field goal, and so
kept going for a touchdown.
Right, or that could happen too, So I just think, we just got to make sure that we just keep stopping the run, so we can get more opportunities to get sacks.
Neither you nor Vinny slid inside much last week. You see that changing this week?
I don't know yet. The game plan today, it look like both of us, we all gonna be kind of rotating.
Yeah. Playing your hometown team still special for you?
Oh yeah, it's always special. I got a lot of people coming in town, conflicted, but I get it. They Lions fans at heart, so we gonna go out there and hopefully I'm smiling at the end of the day.
What's it been like to watch two of your teammates now go down?
It's hard, especially like we all came in, been with each other since OTAs and going through all that process, and it's hard seeing somebody go down like that, especially when they're out there trying to go as hard as they can. So.
How these first 2 weeks gone for you in this defense, you think?
Ups and downs. I've had ups and downs on everything. So some good, some bad. I gotta get better every week.
Malik and
Timmy both said during the offseason that you guys were learning from each other. What did you learn from Malik and Timmy during the offseason?
From Timmy, I mean, it's get off, low leverage, certain things that he does that's really good in his defense. Malik, more of a pass rushing standpoint, how use your hands, certain moves that he thought that would work and certain things like that from that standpoint.
Do you feel more pressure now that you're probably going to have a much bigger role based on the injuries?
Not much. I mean, it's the same amount of pressure it was last week to go out there and perform. I mean, just a couple more reps.
How can you explain what this past month has been like? You're going from trying to make the 53 to now at a point where you might be starting.
That's rough. I mean, it's a whirlwind, but that's the NFL. I mean, you never know what's going to happen, and people drop, people get injured. You just never think it's going to happen like that. It's been crazy.
You've been in the league a few years now. Was there a moment where you realized that things can change in this league?
Yeah, I see injuries and things happen just like it's happened here. So I mean, it's not nothing new. That's what I was saying. I mean, it's common.
How's the experience going to help you? You played a lot in your career early on. How will that help you here these next few weeks?
It's not my first time going out there and playing reps. So it's like I said, it's nothing new. You just got to go out there, prepare, just like any other game.
Who will you lean on the most this week in terms of just helping you double check and triple check all aspects of what you could encounter?
That's every single one of my teammates that I'm out there with. Every single one of them that's down there and that's next to me. If I have a question, something's going on, play anything, I can ask anybody next to me. So I mean, it's all of them. It's not just one.
You've been here a while, but is your head swimming a little bit more now because your role could be elevated this week?
Not really. Like I said, it's another game. You got to prepare like you're going to be the number one out there every game.